Okay, so in the last video, you went from noob to professional. Now we're going to professional to really good, maybe competitive. So we've went noob, pro, and now we're on competitive. So if you want to learn how to be competitive, watch this video. And what this video will tell you is how to download MASTERCOMFIG, which helps your game run smoothly. I'm going to tell you how to download Custom HUD, which helps you play more efficiently, I would say. I'm also going to tell you how to change, I'm going to tell you how to activate the console, which is advanced. I'm going to tell you some things to put in the console, basically just one more thing, how to change the view model FOV, which makes your gun look really funny, and some people like that. And finally, I'm going to tell you a secret thing, and you'll see it at the very end. All right.
I use MASTERCOMFIG. It is up to date, and I think that it will always be updated.
Alright, we're going to download MASTERCOMFIG with an M. I'll put this in the description below, but you can press or just search for MASTERCOMFIG TF2 and it should be the first one that you click on. And you can get your HUDs and hit sounds here. I'm going to go for the main app, which is the main thing that we want. So the one I would recommend for everyone, for normal users, is Ultra. This means that it doesn't fault any looks in TF2. Makes it look all nice, but just it just changes settings in the background that just make it run better, and also some settings that actually help you. You can go into here and change a bunch of things, but once you're ready to download it, Ultra mode, you can choose no tutorial, null cancel movement. You can read any of these and click any you think you'd want, and then download. Make sure to read this, because if this has changed, then the download method is different and you must follow those instructions. So for me it says open the zip, which is the thing I've just downloaded, and extract the TF folder to your Team Fortress 2 folder. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So what you've got to do to get into the Team Fortress 2 folder is go on Team Fortress 2, right click, properties, installed files, browse, and then Team Fortress 2 open. And what it told me to do was, I've got my downloads here, and here's the MASTERCOMFIG zip. I'm going to put it in so it's easy to extract, and I'm going to extract all. Extract. I'm going to grab my TF folder, like it told me to do, and put it in the Team Fortress 2 folder. And there you go, that is all I had to do to download MASTERCOMFIG. Before moving on to HUDs and how to download custom HUDs, I want to tell you how to remove what you've just downloaded. Because I think, even though I don't think you'd want to remove it, I think it helps people feel more comfortable when downloading it, when they know how to remove it quite easily. I say quite easily, but this is probably the most difficult thing to remove that you're ever going to download. This is because it doesn't just sit in the custom folder. So, because it doesn't just sit in the custom folder, you do see MASTERCOMFIG things in here. config custom. I've also got my custom HUD in here that we're going to talk about later. It actually edits files in the custom folder and the CFG file. So to remove it, you must remove both. You must completely remove them. You can also go in and select all and delete. But just to be sure, I like to just select and select. What you can also do is go into custom and delete all the master config things like that and delete. But I don't mind, I've only got my custom HUD in there. What you can also do is get a folder ready to move things in and just get them out there. Anyway, I'm confusing things. Basically, if you want to remove master config settings, you must delete these two. And I'm going to do that now. Obviously, you can't live without those two folders. So you must get Steam to refetch them for you. And how you do that is... We've been here many times now, so you right click on TF2HUD 2, press properties, go on install files, don't press browse, we want to verify integrity of game files, that's the last one. And pretty much what this does is check if all the files are there. And well, we've just deleted two big folders, well, smallish folders, so it's going to tell us no. The integrity of the files aren't there. But that's okay, I can go fetch them. So, whilst it's fetching them, we need to think of what we need to do next. Because it will fetch them, and when we load into the game, it will load the autoconfig files again. So we need to tell TF2HUD 2 to load the default, and how to do that I'll tell you after the integrity files have been loaded and we're ready to play. Okay, so to clean up master config, search for clean up master config TF2, and I'll leave this in the description as well. So I'm going to open this, and it does give my tutorial in simpler words, but basically what we want is to copy all this. I'll also leave this in the description. You want to have this, and basically what this does is it does the basic autoconfig, and this means it will get the default save changes. It will just make sure that the default is there, and it will save and quit. And you've got to remove this after. You're just gonna, because if you don't remove it, it's just gonna go in and save and quit again and again. But once you've done it once, you've saved those settings, you've saved the autoconfig to be, default. So yeah, let's go check if the files have been made, and we can put this. So make sure this is copied. Copy, and let's go. Alright, so it's found 65 files. And there we go. It quickly went and got them. So they've got them now. So what you need to do is put some new things in the launch option, and we copied them before. But first, I'm gonna throw my old ones in here, and I'll copy these again. And you can see where this is going. This can go in the bin, and this is our new one. Okay. And you press play. And whilst it's doing this, you can see the screen's going a bit wild. Everything's going a bit crazy. But that's because it's going to the default settings. It might take a bit longer to load in because it's obviously doing things in the background. And also, as soon as you load in, it should quit. As you can see, it's quitting. And your screen's back to normal, so I've got to zoom out again. Hold on. And yeah, once it's gone through that process once, you can do it multiple times if you feel like you want to be more safe. Get rid of all this, and I'm going to put in my old one back in. Close that. And this means that autoconfig has now been destroyed. You've no longer got autoconfig.
About HUD, after all these years, I still use the default minimized TF2 HUD. And yes, I probably won't ever install any custom one.
I don't know why Vorbe doesn't download a custom HUD. He's probably got his reasons. But in that clip, I just imagined that the sticky bomb launcher power, it's so small and it's so far away from the middle of the screen where your attention should be. I would find that really difficult. Well, I do, and that's why I've got a custom HUD that makes it much larger and much easier to see in my peripheral whilst playing. I guess when you're so good at the game that you don't need to actually see any of these visuals, and just, you know, be able to time it correctly. I guess if you're that good, you don't need a HUD. But anyway, I was trying to find a specific clip of Germa with Toon HUD because I know he uses Toon HUD. He says something like, I'm going to use my Germa voice. I'm Germa. Wow, I really like this. I like Toon HUD. Yeah, so he says something like that, and well, I didn't find that. It's very difficult to find Germa clips. So here's him just talking about HUDs. Yeah.
I don't know why. I can't tell you a reason why. But now that I've done it, I will never go back. These custom HUDs, they are so much better. They just free up the screen. You can see much more of what's going on. It's much more minimal, much more condensed. And if you want the link to the one that I'm using right now, it will be in the description, and it's courtesy of Star. I think Star told me this is a mix of Garmin HUD and something else. I don't remember what it was.
HUD, which you can just Google, or I'll leave in the description. I might leave a few others as well, but I'm just going to leave, and I'm going to download Toon HUD. I think Toon HUD's good. It's customizable. You can see, and all the explanations are here of what it does. Mine's very simple. I like to have team indicator. I like to have a few things orange to fit my theme, and that's about it. I like the TF2 number, but you can change it to whatever you want. It's very customizable. It's probably the best thing about it, that you can customize practically anything. You can see a lot of things. That's really fun. So yeah, I'm going to download that, and it will be practically the same as downloading a custom hit sound, but we have to extract it. Alright, let's go do that. So, like always, we right click on Team Fortress 2, press on Properties, Installed Files, Browse. Now, in the folder that's just opened up, open TF, open Custom, and now let's open my Downloads folder. And there's a Tune HUD folder. Let's move that over there. Let's extract it. Let's move Tune HUDs in. And there we go. And let me tell you how to remove your custom HUD. Well, this is much easier than removing MasterConfig. So let's close this. Okay, what you want to do to remove your custom HUD is right click on TF2 HUD and press on properties like you have done many times before. Installed files, browse. Now TF2 HUD will pop up. Oops. Go into TF folder. Go into custom folder. And you will find your Tune HUD, Tune HUD, Tune HUD. And basically the only one you have to remove is Tune HUD. I'll show you that Tune HUD with a bunch of letters and Tune HUD zip does nothing for you. You can remove these anytime. You still have the HUD now. I still have the HUD now. I've removed them. The HUD actually exists in Tune HUD. And to delete Tune HUD, you press delete. And that's my master config stuff. If you don't have that, this might be empty now. That's fine. And right now, I don't have a HUD. I have default HUD because I have removed my custom HUD. So we've got a nice HUD and we've got a nice master config that makes everything nice. So let's talk about something else that's more advanced. We need to use the console, and sometimes that is not there for new players. This has to be activated. I think if you've downloaded MasterConfig properly, this will just be activated all the time. But just to make sure, press Options, Advanced, and it has to have a tick on Enable Developer Console, and then OK. So open up the console, which is here, and it's the button above Tab to open up the console. So if I close the console and press the button above Tab, here it is. It's doing a lot of things because I'm on my personal created server. So what can we do with the console? Well, we can change view model FOV, which I've already talked about a little bit, which is this here. Let's change this up here. It's very nice, but some people like it even more. They want it to be a bit more extreme. So to do that, you can go into the console, view model underscore FOV space, and then you type in a number. So I think people's preferred is 90. Which I do like. But you can go a bit more crazy. You can go to 120, I think the max is. And your hand's all the way out there. It's a bit disorientating for the first time. That was awful. Yeah, so there's lots of things you can do. Let's set it back to 90. I'm good at sniper. Yes, there you go. That's all I had to do. So yeah, having a very large FOV, like 120, it's kind of disorientating, and that's why people often often just prefer it as 90 or even lower than that. And I think the game default will be about 60 or 65. So yeah. Try 75. So yeah, you can mess around. And I've just copied and pasted view model underscore FOV. So I can type in whatever number I want. I don't know how low we can go. So yeah, you can go really low. So that's 30 where it's really close to the screen. Let's try lower. Alright. I think lower than 30, it kind of... Let's try 40. That's quite cute. Let's get down there. Can we try higher than 120? We sure can. Can we go higher than 130? Let's go kill someone with our frying pan. So yeah, it's a bit disorientating. Now, you've got all the goodies, but you might be asking, Scrub, little boy, how do you have your own map with bots and everything's so nice? And well, I'll tell you how. So we're here again, but we're not going to go into properties. We're going to fly over here into the workshop. So press on Team Fortress 2 and then workshop. And in the workshop, you can vote on all the things that can come into Team Fortress 2 and see what's accepted in the game, see what's in my voting queue, see classes, etc, etc. But what we want to see is what's the most subscribed. And well, maps are all sorts of different maps, because that's what people use the workshop for, is to download maps and join them and play on them. And so the top one is most likely going to be the best one, and this is the one I have subscribed to, and this is what I've been playing on. So look for this TR Walkway RC2, and when you start up the game, you must type in the console that line. Well, that's if the bots aren't spawning, and they often don't for me, so I have to type in that every time I join, but it's not too much of a problem. So I'll put this link in the description below, so you can download it, and once you've downloaded it, you can go and create it. I'll show you how to create it now. Okay, you've started up Team Fortress 2. You might have a HUD, it might look a bit different, but this should be quite easy to find, because it's find a game and then press create server. And here's the server. You can do whatever you want. I don't really mess with the settings. These are the settings that I have. If you have issues and you want to make sure you've got the same settings as me, here they are. I'm going to zoom in so you can... Here are the settings I have. Here are the settings I have. The next thing we want to do is, you're probably got something like this. So you're like, what do I do? Random map. Well, what you do is you scroll. You can press on any of these maps. If you want to go look at MVM Rottenburg alone, then you can do that. So you scroll down until you find TR Walkway. RC2. And yeah. And you might have ones that you don't even know you had, but if you join a community server, it downloads it. So there you go. So you can have loads of Jump Academy type things and stuff like that. So yeah,